So that's a bird's eye view of the Sydney Football Stadium, looking down as we're ready for the kick-off now. And there's Gary Belcher about to start it, and referee Graham Annesley in the centre, checking with both team captains now. Canberra coming from the Sydney cricket ground end of the ground, and they started away, and the ball immediately flying across field to be picked up over there by Steve Folkes. Folkes goes a couple of metres, and very smartly the Canberra defence coming up to put him over, and there's the first penalty of the match.
Penalty in there straight away for players lying all over the top of Langmack it was.
Backo pulled down 25 metres out from the Canberra line, from the Canterbury line rather. So back it comes to Stewart. Stewart with a kick through, carrying back into the in-goal area. No, it's not. It's going to be taken by Ferguson. Can he get it down? Yes, he can. Good work. Great stuff. Standing back there was Nessel trying to get it, but it got away from him. And Ferguson, Johnny on the spot, in for the try. So here's Belcher attempting to convert the try. Great start for Canberra. It's on its way. It is there. Great stuff by Gary Belcher. And so we have Canberra leading by 6 points to 0.
So 5 tackles gone in this set of 6 for Canterbury. Out for Terry Lamb, angling it back across field, putting pressure on Belcher and Ferguson. It's loose on the ground. A try. Yes, it is. Brandon Lee has come up with his first try of the year, and what a reply by the Canterbury Bulldogs.
Amazing game, Ness. We've had a try at opposite ends of the field from kicks and right on the corner post. The kick put up beautifully by Terry Lamb. Let's see if he can add to that tally.
Well, he's had about a 58% strike rate as opposed to Belcher's 69. Let's see what he can do. He struck it well. It looks a good kick, but it'll go to the right of the uprights. No goal. And so the Canberra side still lead by 6 points to 4, and we've had about 16 minutes of play gone in this first half. As the replacement, he played quite a deal of first grade earlier this year. Final tackle now for the Bulldogs. They move it wide. Lamb shaped a kick. Terry Lamb. That's a great try by Canterbury. Paul Langmack has come up with it and put it down to that little man again, Terry Lamb.
Once again, 5th tackle, Canberra this time holding off, thinking a kick was on. They'd moved up very quickly on the outside. Lamb had very little option, really. Let's have a look at it. As he gets the ball there, his outside support's recovered, forced him back on the inside. He even thought about the little grubber kick, but then got closer and closer to the line, had support in Langmack, and they go across right beside the post.
The little man's got the ball placed just 10 metres out. He moves in, and for the first time in the match, we have Canterbury Bankstown in the lead. They lead by 10 points to 6.
Backo. Now this is Elchin involving himself. Terry Lamb. He sends it away to Farah, cutting straight up the middle, Farah. Now he gets his pass back inside. Folkes, Thomas, then outside to Dunn. Dunn turns it around to Lamb, and Lamb will be in. Good Canterbury try. Great stuff.
Magnificent try. It all came from Farah going back on the inside. It really caught Canberra in a lot of trouble. As he did so, when he went back on the inside, he stood in tackles, broke through a couple first up. Here it is. Watch the switch of play. Lamb here is the pivot man. He's the man who finally scores the try, Terry Lamb. So he's done well to back up on the far side. Farah refused to die, and then quick hands, making sure each player did their job. Canberra defenders initially. Good work from Dunn. Just stood in that tackle, popped it up to Lamb. Great Canterbury Bankstown try.
Canterbury have just got too much ammunition at the moment for Canberra. They're displaying a lot of skills in the ball handling department.
Here's the kick. Nice and high. How's direction? Direction is no good. So Canterbury have a lead, a handy lead at the moment of 14 points to 6.
And I noticed that on attack that Hagan has been playing at 5/8. He was there for the scrum feed that time at halfback with the Canberra put in. And that's a penalty. Well, that's a cruel blow for Canberra.
Pushing the man trying to get up to play the ball after they'd initially lost it. Let's have a look. Brandon Lee had come up with it. He's pretty happy about it. And then interfering in the play the ball was Peter Jackson.
So Lamb from 11 metres out from right in front. He won't have any trouble at all. He's kicked it. And so in this preliminary major semi-final, it's the Bulldogs over the Raiders, leading by 16 points to 6. Back in a moment.
Coins held up only about 3 or 4 metres short of that line.
Gilbert supposedly down injured.
He gets up. There he goes, trying to crash his way through, and he's there. We'll talk about that with Wally in a moment, but he put us onto it right from the when he went down.
Certainly did. It was a similar tactic that they used in the grand final last year. Of course, it didn't ultimately win them that match, but it may do this one. Great work from Gilbert.
So he's moving in for the shot at goal, and it is there. So that's narrowed the field somewhat, 16 points to 12. And we've just commenced this second half of the match here at the Sydney Football Stadiums. That of Lance, but can't get away from the next one. And here's the final tackle on its way. Thomas swinging it back over there to Terry Lamb, shaping for the kick. Now puts in a little one.
Knocked over.
Ferguson back there, and it's going to be, yes, the penalty coming.
Correct decision. I think it was Lazarus who got in his road. Good work from Lamb once again on the 5th tackle. Read it. Let's have a look. Goes off, takes up midfield. Backo it was who finally knocked him to the ground. But Lamb, thinking on his feet, he went into plenty of traffic and really forced the penalty from Backo. And he's going to have a little bit of a rest, is big Sam Backo.
So moving in for the shot at goal is Terry Lamb. Raises the flags, so that gives them a 6-point break now. Canterbury 18 and Canberra 12. Stewart sends a big long one straight into the hands. They keep it going. Back it goes to Walters. Walters out there to Ferguson.
Forward.
Had to be a mile forward.
Well, that's bad play, Johnny Ferguson, because he was just standing in front of Walters. Walters stood and just fired the pass straight to him. Ferguson, all he had to do was be 5 metres back, and it was a try on. Here it is. Walters, bang, fires the long one out. Ferguson, well, he took a couple of paces forward, I suppose, but really, if he'd had a bit of depth...
Terry Kennedy, I notice Canterbury now getting a reserve ready.
Yes, and it could be a crucial change here with Michael Hagan coming off the field, and number 15, Steve O'Brien, a winger, will be taking the field, so that will cause a big reshuffle at the scrum base.
This one's going to be charged down by Jackson. He ends up with the ball. He's got no support. He pushed away Lamb. He got away from Thomas. He'll score. Jackson is racing over for the try, and one that just came his way, and he took it in both hands and is in for the try, and Canberra are back in business.
What a competitor this fellow is, and that competition, that competitive attitude brought him this try. He was the one who charged down, and then he fought for that ball, and he came up with it, and then pushes away Terry Lamb. Terry Lamb got to him pretty quickly, shoves him away, and then Thomas again. Oh, great work, Jackson. He fins with either hand, and then races away to put it down about 15 metres to the left-hand side of the upright.
All sorts of action on the touchline. We'll get that from Terry in just a moment, but here's Belcher.
This is pressure.
Pressure with a capital P. It's on its way. How is it? It's there. 18-all here at the Sydney Football Stadium, and we've got 13 and a half minutes of play remaining.
And Dunn is taken 12 metres short of the goal line. Canterbury on the attack still. It goes through Folks to Terry Lamb with the attempted drop goal. It's there. Terry Lamb has come up with his 5th drop goal, and I wonder how vital that will be with 6 minutes of play remaining.
Well, he was under pressure, Lamb, and he still got the kick away. He did it nicely. The game's not over yet, though. There's plenty of football left in this game. It's given Canterbury their nose in front, but there's no guarantees that Canberra side, they could win it at the last second. And we've got a report here from a couple of touch judges.
Terry, I noticed Paul Dunn received some attention. Was it over that incident?
Yes, I'm virtually sure it was over this incident. Dean Lance is being called out here, the Canberra captain. He's about to come off the field. He's been replaced by Craig Bellamy. But before he leaves the field, he's going to get a couple of words of wisdom from the referee. But it was over the Paul Dunn incident.
It'll be nice and interesting if he gets marched here, because Mr. Bellamy won't be taking much time on the field.
He's gone.
He's sent him off.
He has sent him off.
Well, there's a blow for Canberra. Bellamy can't come on now.
No, you're too late. He's off.
Now,
so
this is
you
interesting.
are.
Yeah, Bellamy's got to go as well. There's no doubt about this, because the incident happened before Bellamy came onto the field, and I think Tim Sheens may have sensed a problem and tried to get Dean Lance off before the incident was reported.